I don't know what made me think it would be a good idea to buy a bundle of pet games on Steam, knowing good and well what I was getting myself into. But here we are. So this is the first of about 9 games in the bundle, my best friends, cats, and dogs. First off, the character models. Horrifying. The character creator portion may as well not exist, if these are the options. Okay, I mean, it's a pet game, so you'd think at least the pets would be cute, right? Nope. Just as horrifying. What is that blank demonic stare? Was this made for an N64? Well, at least the song is kind of a bop. The cats are a little less nightmare fuel, but not by much. I decided to go with the creepiest creeper retriever. Sorry, Archie. Okay, so there's basic care stuff. The pet has these different stat bars that need to be kept up. They are constantly draining at a very fast pace, which makes care annoying. You can get his health checked, which is basically a prompt as to what to do to care for the pet next. You can feed it with varying types of food that has different effects. The better the food, the higher the price. I decided to feed him some warmer food because, who needs worms? There are also varying bath options, although only one is available at first, the basic package. I guess it's kind of like when you get the basic wash at the car wash. The dirt is just kind of stuck on the screen. It doesn't even try to move with the dog. Moving on. The next thing to do is clean the dog's bedding area. This was probably my least favorite thing to do besides maybe the agility portion of the game, but scrubbing the paw prints was especially bad. It took a really long time, so I finally got to the point later where I'd just clean the other bits but leave the paw prints altogether. The last thing you can do is pet the dog, which is a really weird mechanic. I wasn't sure if you were supposed to hit the red dots that would pop up or avoid them. At one point, the dog puts his head down and makes all kinds of noises and kind of shakes his body. So he either loves it or hates it. I'm really not sure. The last option is to let the dog sleep for either 1 hour, 3 hours, or all night. The leave button at the bottom says that there is a courtyard, but it's unavailable. I went ahead and slept one more night and repeated the grooming steps to see if something new would happen. Unfortunately, it did not. I honestly wanted to quit by this point and say, screw the video, so I quit the game. The credits started to roll and there was no way to exit them. I decided to test it and yep, every time you quit the game, the credits roll and there's no way to stop it. I guess they really wanted to make sure that they got credit for this game. I slept on it and knew I needed to at least see what the courtyard was, so I turned the game back on. Once you take care of your pet doing these things for, I think, 3 in-game days, you unlock the outdoors where there are different paths available to go on walks and do tricks in the yard. The available walks are the woods, farm, maze, and lake. The only thing available at first is the trick section in the fenced yard on the other side, though. The other things you can do there eventually is play fetch, tug of war, and do agility. At first, though, only the tricks are open. This part was probably my favorite part of the game, which isn't saying much, and the most entertaining. Having the mutant puppy follow my mouse was kind of endearing. After repeating tricks a few times, you unlock a few more tricks. Eventually, after a rest, fetch becomes available. The game of fetch consists of holding the mouse down on the ball while this meter goes up and then releasing it however strong you want the ball thrown. I didn't realize at first that I needed to call the dog back to me by holding the prompt down in the same way, so I just kind of left and then went back to it and discovered that part. Playing fetch didn't do anything after a few throws, so I gave up. Randomly, the woods walk opened up, so I went on that. This really serves no purpose. I called my dog to me a few times, but he just runs around barking. Apparently, I found a soccer ball. I also came across a shop that it didn't let me go into, but then when I went to go back to the courtyard, suddenly I was in the shop. Then randomly my dog got sick, so I was automatically taken back to the house. Apparently he was tired and got worms. So much for the worm food. All of a sudden, I was in a fashion show? It's just all over the place. I don't know what's going on. About the shop real quick, you can purchase collars, better shampoos, treats, and clothes for your pet. The only way I could find to get to the shop was through the woods on the other side of the map, which is pretty annoying. I continued doing the tricks because I wanted to unlock them all, but then Archie got sick again with worms. Why does he get worms every time we go outside? I tried giving him anti-worm food and resting him, but his health continued declining. After a bath and cleaning up his bedding area, he got a little bit better, but not well enough to go outside. Honestly, he's probably sick because of how many baths he gets. How does he get covered in mud overnight anyway? After 2 days of being sick, we were finally able to go back outside and go back to training. After this bout of sickness, I started feeding only the anti-worm food because, man, that was irritating. There are agility competitions held in the village on Sundays and a beauty competition held on Saturdays. The village is in the woods to the north. I accidentally stumbled upon an info board in the woods that informed me I was now registered for the beauty competition. It did not specify where it was, however. There are other signs sporadically placed in the woods, one of which gives a quest to find someone's phone, but I never found it. I unlocked all of the tricks and played fetch with the new soccer ball, but the agility and tug of war didn't unlock. Well, it turns out, agility unlocks once you visit the village on Sunday to take part in the competition. So, you can't practice agility until you enter your first competition. That makes so much sense. Not surprisingly, the controls for this activity are awful. You have to get the bar up to at least that line to tell your dog to jump, or slightly below that line. If it doesn't get to a certain spot that's not specified on time, the dog won't jump and you need to tell him to go back and try it again. And honestly, by the time the prompt comes up, you're basically already too late. I decided to sleep the week away until Saturday came up to get involved in the beauty competition. Once Saturday came though, I could not figure out how to get to it. I tried the village, but that's for agility only. And then I thought maybe if I went to bed, it would automatically take me there, kind of like an end of day thing, but it didn't. I assumed that winning the agility competition would unlock another walk area, but I messed up the final jump and got third place. I was honestly shocked that I timed the other jumps all so well. I decided to sleep through a whole week to try it again the following Sunday. This time I messed up the very first jump. To say I was aggravated is a gross understatement. Again, I slept through the week, not feeding my dog or anything. I finally won the race, and all it did was put me in the second heat, which told me to try again the following Sunday. Tug of War was still not unlocked, nor were any of the other walking paths. It was at this point I decided it wasn't worth trying to figure it out. I really struggled to get this far into the game as it was. When I went to check the price of it on Steam, I was absolutely floored. You'd never ever guess how much it is. $14.99. Can you believe that? I mean, a game made this poorly, even for a child's game, that is just ridiculous. I'm thinking no more than $1.99, and that's pushing it. Needless to say, I do not recommend this game. So, as I said in the beginning, I bought a bundle of 9 games. I'm going to play and give commentary and kind of a review to each and every one of them. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see the terror that are those games, or maybe we'll find a gem, who knows. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it as always. Please like and share, comment, it helps me out so much. And until next time, bye guys.